What's good? I'm Carl Jamal, and this is the Roundup. Every week, there's a mountain of new releases. Can't keep up? I got you. First off, the UK vet Giggs came through with the project Big Bad. Giggs hasn't put out a project since 2017's Wamp to Them. It's good to hear him back on the scene again, and he's brought along a list of features. Swiss Beats, French Montana, Jadakiss, and more hop on Big Bad, and they really bring the project together. The song Mic Check with Jadakiss is one of my favorite singles on the album. Jada always comes through with that New York swag, that raspy voice, that laugh. I love it. Giggs does his thing too. Now, one thing about Giggs is he never really switches up his flow. He always got the same 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's kind of monotonous when you listen to the project over and over again, but hey, he does his thing. He's a vet. You gotta give it to him. Check it out. Next, Gunna came through with the project Drip or Drown 2. Now, this is the follow-up to Gunna's project from last year with Lil Baby, Drip Harder. Gunna's coming off a hot year. He wants to start off 2019 with something just as good, and here it is. Drip or Drown 2 features Lil Baby, Young Thug, and Playboi Carti. 3 simple features. He gets it out the way. Derek Fisher featuring Lil Baby is a standout track. Of course, those two work well together. Speed It Up is another great song on the project. The beat is amazing, but this album does suffer from one problem. It's a little too repetitive. This is something you could listen to for a few months maybe. Not a classic, but check it out. One of the most talented crooners in the game, Eric Bellinger, came through with the project The Rebirth 2. The Rebirth 2 is a double disc album. It comes with 32 tracks. It is packed. The album features Chris Brown, BJ the Chicago Kid, Neo, Nipsey Hussle, and more. Now, y'all know I love Nipsey Hussle. That's why the Nipsey Hussle assisted track That's Why, that's my favorite song on the album. It's got one of those addicting synths on it that hit just right. It's got the love-making tracks. It's got the club tracks. It's a typical R&B album, but Eric Bellinger just so sweet with it, so nice with it. Check it out. Now, both Quavo and Takeoff dropped their solo albums last year, and finally Offset comes through with his solo project, Father of 4. The end of 2018 wasn't great for Offset. Cardi B broke up with him. His album was delayed. Things were kind of shaky. Now the two got back together. His album came right after that. Father of 4 features J. Cole, 21 Savage, Travis Scott, Gunna, Cardi B, and more. J. Cole. He's continuing on his feature, Slaughter, masterpiece right here on Offset's album. J. Cole hops on the track How Did I Get Here? He kills it with the third verse. I mean, is it even a question? He outshines Offset. This should just be J. Cole show. To keep it honest with you though, Offset gets deep on this one. He talks about being a father of 4, what it takes to be a father, the things that influenced him growing up, his parents, and the things that he's experiencing right now in life. It's deeper than I thought. Check it out. Drake came through with So Far Gone. Now, I know this isn't a new project, but it hit streaming services for the first time. Finally, So Far Gone is the mixtape that put Drake on a decade ago. It had the bangers that we loved on it. Ignorant Shit featuring Lil Wayne, Uptown featuring Lil Wayne and Bub B, of course, Best I Ever Had. Drake killed on this mixtape, and that's how he got signed. This mixtape aged very well. It's just as good 10 years ago as it is today, but now that you've seen where that music got Drake and his maturity from then, it just makes listening to it that much more interesting. I love it. Gorillaz Oh and Zaytoven teamed up for the project I Am Atlanta Forever. Now, Gorillaz Oh has been missing for a little while, even though Zaytoven as a producer, he's been everywhere. So it's good to see these two link up for this. This is a mixtape. It's filled with gritty bangers, and Gorillaz Oh uses most of the time singing, harmonizing / rapping in auto-tune.
These niggas ain't built like me. They ain't been through what I've been through. They can't go half of the places I go.
I'm a little disappointed. I don't want to hear another auto-tune guy out of Atlanta, but the beats do hit hard. It is Zaytoven. Other than that, Gorillaz Oh, this project is lukewarm, but I guess you can check it out. In honor of the 20th anniversary of his debut album, Eminem re-released the Slim Shady LP with some bonus tracks. Now, the Slim Shady LP is a hip-hop classic. We all know that. And nothing that he's added to this is really new. So Eminem grabs the acapellas for like Guilty Conscience.
I don't like your attitude.
These voices, I hear them.
And he also threw on Bad Guys Always Die featuring Dr. Dre off the Wild Wild West album from 1999. So he's really grabbing a few of his old singles, some acapellas, a few gifts for the fans. But really, it's the same Slim Shady LP. always good.
Can you afford to blow this hit?
Every week there's an album that stands out amongst the rest, one that I really love, and this week that's Smif and Wesson's The All. Now, I'm already a big fan of Ninth Wonder. Ninth Wonder produces this whole album. Amazing. Smif and Wessin are lyrical guys. They're lyricists and they're veterans. So when you have Ninth Wonder's classical production and real old school veterans mixing together, you get that quintessential hip hop sound. Ocean Drive featuring Musiq Soulchild and Rhapsody is one of the best singles on this album. I've been a fan of Musiq Soulchild since I was like 12, 13, Half Crazy, one of the best songs ever, and Rhapsody is one of, if not the best female lyricists in the game right now.
25 like the Eiffel, lean on my shoulder, shotgun with the rifle.
Dreamland featuring Raekwon is also an amazing track. Raekwon, Ninth Wonder, Smif and Wessin, come on, man. There's just so much lyricism and so much talent on this track. It's something that you just need to listen to and vibe out. Even Rick Ross comes through on this lyrically laced project to lay down some gangster verses that I can't get enough of. The All runs for 12 tracks. It's not overextended, it's not too short. Every song fits in perfectly where it needs to be. There are no skippables. The production's amazing, the lyricism's amazing, and that's why The All is this week's album of the week. Every week there's an album that I'm just not feeling. Something that's just trash or maybe not my cup of tea. This week though, it's trash. We've all been waiting on Lil Pump to come through with Harvard Dropout. It's here. Now, Lil Pump doesn't list some pretty big features for this album. He has Lil Wayne, Kanye West, YG, 2 Chainz, Quavo, and more. Still, I'm not feeling this one. Lil Pump is just not for me. Maybe because I'm a grown-ass man, I can't really listen to a 19-year-old kid mumble, auto-tune, rap about straight garbage. His rhyming skills are elementary at best.
Ooh, everybody wanna be like me. Spent 2K last week on the white tee.
The production really does stand out, but hey, if you have millions of dollars and your production is still crap, what are you doing? Now, of course, some of the features do save him. You guys already know the Kanye West assisted I Love It. It's a cool track, whatever. At the end of the day, Lil Pump makes music for kids who are just getting out of puberty or just getting into puberty. If you don't fit in that window, you shouldn't be listening to this. I'm not. Trash it. Harvard Dropout, not feeling it. I'm Carl Jamal, and this is The Roundup. Tired of listening to the same singles? Come check out our playlist on Spotify, The Roundup, for all the new hot shit. Peace.